It's 2024, and it's so easy to get caught up in the buzz of New Year's resolutions and big changes. But in the pursuit of real change, success lies in the small, consistent actions we take daily. So here are 5 actionable steps to set systems, not goals, in order to optimize our resolutions and commit to long-lasting change in 2024.
The first thing that I want to talk about is a mindset shift. Ask yourself, what is the difference between someone who successfully manages to make changes in their life and someone who makes the same unfulfilled promises to themselves every year? A large percentage of people take on New Year's resolutions, and whilst it does create a great atmosphere and feeling of hope that this year will be different, how many of those resolutions actually ever materialize? James Clear says, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. We should take advantage of the new year, new me momentum, not to springboard and change our lives in 1 month, but to add a couple of new systems or healthy habits to our daily routine with the aim of building on them week on week, month to month, so that when next year comes around, we have measurable, consistent progress to look back on, and we're not faced with a list of self-improvement promises that we failed to make to ourselves. With the way we perceive the new year and our resolutions, it all starts in the mind. While there is so much value in tuning in to the momentum that the new year brings, we need to stop viewing the turn of the year as a new chapter where you turn the page and everything is different. Different happens when you break down your big resolutions into actionable steps. Self-development and improvement is a daily battle.
The next step I want to talk about is using your environment to support your goals. If your goal is to run more, ask yourself, what would a runner do? Prep your workout gear the night before and leave your running shoes near your door. Create an environment that supports your new identity. If you commit to improving your diet and eating healthy this new year, do yourself a favor and remove the junk food from your house. This may be a little severe for those of us who can control their cravings, but for those of us who can't, it's a game changer. Remember, it's always easier to avoid temptation rather than resist it. Another way we can use our environment to support our goals is to track them. Put something physical in your space where you hold yourself accountable to your goals and make it impossible to forget about them. I think tracking is really important and can help reinforce that feeling of building momentum and being on a roll. And having this tracker somewhere visible in your space really helps keep your goals at the forefront of your mind.
One of the most crucial things to self-development is my next tip, staying present in the face of setbacks and not letting that negativity creep in. The identity you currently have is one you've built over years, and it will try its best to survive. This could manifest itself as negative self-talk or the limiting belief that you won't be able to stick to your goals. Even if the old habit patterns win and you fall off, ground yourself in your goals and why you decided to take these steps in the first place. One bad week does not take away from your progress, just like one good week is not going to change your life. Take note of the areas of downfall and take stock of what you need to do to make the next week a better one. I think that this is the answer to my earlier questions on what is the difference between successful and unsuccessful New Year's resolutions. As humans, our brains are programmed to look for the path of least resistance. I'm sure you will have heard this before, but maybe this explains why one wrong action can derail all of our positive habits and all of the good momentum that we've built. It's so important to get back on track as quickly as you can after setbacks to maintain your positive trajectory. Staying positive, reminding yourself why you started implementing or doing this new thing in your life, and reinforcing that this is one of the habits that the person you want to be does, can help motivate you and bring you back pushing even harder to build this new system. I regularly journal about my progress and reflect my performance over previous weeks and months to know that I'm keeping myself on track and to motivate me to push even harder. The next step in making the most of your resolutions is to set rules for yourself. Be hard on your mind and not on yourself. Never miss 2 days in a row. 1 day missed is a slip up. 2 days missed is the start of a new habit. Errors are part of the process but shouldn't become part of the pattern. Again, this is from James Clear, but I think this one carries great weight. Missing one day is no big deal, but missing 2 days this week and the whole week the next puts all your progress in jeopardy as you use your unmotivated state to convince yourself that you don't need the new habit or you are never going to be able to stick it out anyway. Just as overeating on your diet by 500 calories is not going to make a noticeable difference, falling off completely and overeating for the entire month of February, you'll definitely see a notable difference. Make promises to yourself and keep them. This is often overlooked as most people think that they can do anything they set their mind to, or just turn on their heels and walk the other way when temptation looms. For most people, this is simply not the case. And remember, doing what you said you would feels great. Some examples of hard rules you can set yourself are: if you want to get up at 6 a.m, impose a hard bedtime of 10 p.m. If you want to avoid alcohol, make a hard rule that you never drink in your house. The final tip that I have for you guys in adhering to your New Year's resolutions is to be realistic in your goal setting. You simply cannot change everything at once. Committing to too much can feel overwhelming and cause you to fall off and feel like you can't do this. We take for granted what momentum can do for our progress. If you focus on the small wins over time, compounding them again, who knows where you'll be in a year's time. My last point is to embrace the suck. This is not going to be easy, and if it was, everyone would be doing it. If you have been brave enough to put yourself out there and learn something new, a hobby, a sport, a routine, maybe reading, meditation, or even a career change, you're going to suck at first. Remind yourself that every mistake or slip up provides you with two choices. Submit to defeat or deal with the mistake as best you can, resume normal protocol, and get back on track as quickly as you can.
I really love this time of year, reflecting on the year that has gone by. Thinking of what areas of my life do I really need to focus on for the coming year reminds you of your progress to date and refocuses your energy and motivation. Do yourself a favor this year and focus on the systems and small steps that can help you progress towards your goals rather than just focusing on the goals. Enjoy every single step of the journey, hold yourself accountable, and don't forget to reflect and remind yourself on how far you've come.